Hello and welcome to another episode of Technically Analytics. Today we're going to be talking about the 2024 Chicago White Sox. And if you haven't been paying attention, the White Sox have been bad, like historically bad, very bad. We're gonna start on Baseball Reference. You can see their record 27-87 right now. It is August 5th as of the date of recording. So yeah, when this video comes out, we'll know how long this historic losing streak will be, and put down in the comments how long you think it's gonna be, because I'm curious to know what people think. And you can see they're not gonna make the playoffs. Quite obviously, duh, like, wow. And you can see all the people responsible. Pedro Grifol hasn't been fired yet somehow. He's holding on by a thread. Chris Getz, worst GM in the league. And then everyone else, attendance, not very good. You can see what's interesting about this page is their Pythagorean win-loss, 31-83. So they got maybe, 4 wins more than their record. Like the record would be 4 wins better based on how many runs they have allowed, right? How many runs they have and how many runs they allowed. So quite interesting there. In the park factors, you can see their park. Usually it favors pitchers by a little bit. This year it's been kind of bad for both, but that's because they play there, I guess. And if you come down here, you can see that, the record, the place that they've been, they're 41 games back in their division, which is a lot. Not surprising. They never were in first. They never led. They've never been above 500 this season, actually, which is crazy. They also, the most games they were under 500 was 60 on August. So that's crazy. And then their longest winning streak was actually 4. So, not too bad. Like, all right, fine. Longest losing streak, 20 games currently. Most runs allowed, 14. Yeah, this is an interesting page to look at. Time shut out by opponent, right? 13 times they've been shut out. Their offense is horrible. We'll see that in a few minutes too. And then times opponent shut out, 5. So they have 5 shutout wins. Comeback wins, 9. Largest comeback, 3. Blown leads, 42. This is a stat that's been going around. People have been saying like, oh, they've blown like how many? They've run like 28 saves, but they've also blown 42 leads. It's crazy. Largest blown lead, 5. Walk-off wins, 1. Walk-off losses, 9. So, I mean, my question in this video is mainly like, are they just bad, or are they kind of bad and unlucky, right? Like, what is it? Is it bad or bad and unlucky? Because we know they're bad. I think that's pretty obvious given what you're seeing here. But is it bad or unlucky? I don't know. I don't know. So you can see all their splits here. This is like month by month. 0-3 in March, 6-21 in April, 9-19 in May, 9-19 in June, 3-22 in July. Holy shnikes. And so far 0-3 in August. Or 0-4. Yeah, 0-3, I think. And then in the first half, they were 27-71. And in the second half, they are 0-16. They are doing it Detroit Lions. In 9 inning games, they're 24-78. In extra inning games, they're 3-8. In shortened games, they're 0-1. So yeah, 1-run games, 8-23. Blowouts, 7-29. Like, it's crazy. All their stats are just, it's incredible. Do they have a winning record against anybody? They do, actually. They do. They have a winning record versus Tampa Bay. Interesting. Washington. Interesting. They're 1-12 versus Minnesota. All right. 1-12 versus Kansas City. All right. Winning record against Colorado. Oh, wow. Rockies fans, get wrecked. 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 versus Colorado. 2-2 versus Boston. What's wrong with you, Boston? I guess against their fellow Sox, they really like pull up their socks, like Sorry, that's a bad pun. Atlanta, they're 2-1 versus, which is interesting. I mean, Chris Sale, he has a little history with them, so yeah. Wow, interesting, right? Like, so anyway, moving on to the next part of this. Here's the standings, and then here is their rankings for the 2024 season. Their team rankings. They rank last in average, on base, OPS, runs, 29th in home runs. Interesting, right? 17th in stolen bases. Okay. And then pitching, starting pitching, 27 ERA, 26 in WHIP, base walks per 9, 26, Ks per 9, 24, hits per 9, 19, home runs per 9, 27. Bullpen ERA 29, WHIP 29, walks per 9, 30, Ks per 9, 13. All right. That's their highest ranking average. Yeah. Hits per 9, 29, and home runs per 9, 28. So yeah, they're having a bit of trouble. I heard they're gonna call up like a starting pitcher. I don't remember what his name was though. I've heard they're gonna call up the guy. I don't know. But anyway, don't remember what his name. So here's their lineup, how it's looking after the trade deadline. They didn't do many trades. They did that. They were in that three-way trade with the Dodgers and the Cardinals, I believe it was, or was it the Tigers? Cardinals, I think. And anyway, they got Miguel Vargas from the Dodgers, so he's in the lineup. They didn't trade Luis Robert or Garrett Crochet. They probably should have, because I don't know why they're keeping them when they're just going to be tanking like this. I mean, I don't know if they're tanking, but whatever in the hell their Oakland A's are doing, they're doing. Seems like very similar kind of thing. I don't know what's wrong with the owner, but yeah, you can see their lineup isn't particularly good. It's just been kind of bad. None of these guys are having really great seasons, like at all. And I kind of feel bad for them. I mean, is it unlucky though? I don't know. But and then you see their pitching. Like Garrett Crochet, he's been good this season. He's deserved to be on a contending team where, like, you know, he could pitch for wins and pitch in the playoffs and stuff. Like, he's a great pitcher. He should have been traded. They should have traded this guy. And then another guy that I think should have probably been traded to a better team, Chad Kuhl, 3.48 ERA, 33 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts. I mean, yeah, that's not bad. Like, you know, and then Touki Toussaint, he should be also another guy that they could trade off. He's having a good season. Like, he hasn't played very much though. It looks like they just got him off waivers. Looks like. But another problem with the White Sox, and I think maybe this is contributing the biggest to their issues. They have a lot of injuries, right? Like they have Max Stassi, Yan Moncada. These guys are pretty decent players. Usually, if they were in the lineup, they'd be good. Like Moncada is known for his defense and his ability to, you know, get on base and walk. Like his plate discipline is really good. He just walks. He's just one of those. He's like the guy from the Dodgers. What's his name again? Wow, brain today. Yeah, I forgot his name. It'll come to me. Actually, you know what? It won't come to me. I'm gonna just look it up. We're gonna look it up. Guy in the Dodgers plays third. Similar profile to more power, but similar profile. Let's see. Who was it? Is he hurt this season? Is that why I can't think of it? Max Muncy. Yeah, there you go. He's hurt. Okay. He's out since May, so strained oblique. Yeah, that's gonna put you out for a while. Anyway, enough about the Dodgers. Yeah, Max Muncy. He has more power than Moncada, but he's a similar type player. Like he has a similar approach to hitting, more power, and he plays good defense at third. So anyway, yeah, their injuries have really piled up. Mike Clevenger, I mean, Drew Thorpe, Michael Soroka, and some relievers, you know. So yeah, what's wrong with the White Sox? I mean, can anyone actually tell? I don't know. And I was thinking, all right, maybe, you know, like, I don't think it's the manager necessarily, but it could be. Maybe it's a toxic environment in the clubhouse or something. But I don't think so. I mean, sort by OP, or let's sort by OPS plus. That's better. So the only guy that was really doing it for them, Tommy Pham, who they did trade to the Cardinals, 101 OPS plus in the season, just above average. And then everyone else is either average or well below. You know, the guys still on the team are still well below. Paul DeJong got traded. Eloy Jimenez got traded to the Orioles, I think. So, yeah, well below. I mean, no one's really hitting. No one's really getting on base. It's sad. And the pitching is not much better, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at their pitching, it's Eric Fedde. He got traded to the Cardinals as well. He was their best pitcher overall, and then Garrett Crochet, Jonathan Cannon's been decent. I mean, ish. Tanner Banks, Michael Kopech got traded, I believe. So yeah, he's not. And then the guys that are still there have not been good, just not good, right? So I mean, I don't know if it's like funky hitting or whatever. Let's check out like Luis Robert Jr., for example. Pretty good, really good center fielder. You know, your typical 5-tool player, great defense, great hitting, great base running, Cuban. So, you know, he's good. He has a big contract. Like, you'd think it makes sense to unload this guy. And you can see his career WAR 13.3. He usually does a 321 on base, 270 batting average, 491 slug, 812 OPS, 122 OPS plus. This season, he's a shadow of himself, basically. 214 batting average, 282 on base, 432 slug, 714 OPS plus 99, just slightly below average. This guy's a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger. Like, he's a legitimate player. There's no doubt about it, you know. And then in his career, like, this is the worst season arguably since 2022, and even since his rookie year, you could say, where he came in second place in the Rookie of the Year vote. So what we want to look at actually is BABIP, which is basically hits minus home runs divided by at-bats, strikeouts, home runs, sac flies. And this metric basically just measures how effectively the defense turns balls into outs. So basically it's not been too bad. I mean, so I guess he has been kind of unlucky a little bit, because the higher usually, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, the higher the BABIP, the more lucky you are, and the lower the one, the more unlucky you are. So I think he's been a little bit unlucky, right? Just a little bit, like, not dramatically. It's only 20 percentage points maybe. So yeah, and then his home run ratio is down, strikeout ratio up, and walk ratio is up. So this means he's not really hitting the ball as well, probably, because like, if you're only walking or striking out and you're not really hitting home runs or getting on base, then that's going to show. Plus, like, you could also look at his on base percentage, which is 282, lowest of his career by far. So yeah, I mean, it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, we could look at another player, someone that's preferably still on the team. I don't know. Let's do, I guess, Andrew Vaughn. He's a good player usually. I mean, all right, maybe not as good, but he's a decent player. 0.7 WAR this season. Obviously, I think he was a 1 WAR player before the season started, and now he's -0.3, brought him down to 0.7. This season's bringing on his whole career basically. I mean, and he's never been like the most amazing guy. Like, yeah, he had a good season in 22, but he hasn't shown out yet. Really, hasn't found his stride. Let's see what he's doing in BABIP land here. So he's a relatively low BABIP guy. Looks like he doesn't really get that lucky. Pretty strike out a lot, kind of walk a lot guy. So yeah, maybe it is just a little bit unlucky, and it could possibly be the manager. I'm surprised they haven't fired him, but doesn't mean they won't. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you think they'll beat the 1961 Phillies 23-game losing streak. And the only longer one is from 1889. The Louisville Colonels had a 26-game losing streak. So yeah, let me know what you think about that, and I'll see you next time.